Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's D-Lloyd, and today, man, I am going to be giving you guys my hands-on impressions of the Madden 23 beta. Now, it has been out in the wild for a few days now. I really wanted to play it and really, get my thoughts so that way I could give it to you guys and how I feel about this upcoming title. Now, you guys have to remember this is a beta. That means there are glitches, and that also means some things may change from now to the actual release of Madden 23. August 19th, I believe, is the actual release date. So things could be a little bit different from what we're playing now till then. But I will say, overall, just straight to it, I have been enjoying my time with the Madden 23 beta. There are some flaws, but there's definitely some improvements. Now, we have not got a chance yet to play anything besides just head-to-head online, and then, of course, play now. Supposedly, we're supposed to be getting more modes coming in the next few weeks, so hopefully we can get a chance to dive into franchise mode. You guys know that's what I really am looking forward to playing, seeing how they improve that. In the background, though, we can't show actual gameplay, so we're going to be showing some Madden 22 modded, of course, on PC, just a regular franchise mode. Just some filler. Don't have to pay too much attention to it. It wasn't that good of a game either anyway. So anyway, on to my thoughts of Madden 23. The first thing we have to talk about is strictly, obviously, the gameplay, right? Because Field Sense is what EA has been touting. That is supposed to be the game changer. That's supposed to be inventing how we play Madden, right? Well, does it do that? No. No, a lot of that is still marketing. In my opinion, we have seen this time and time before. They talk about, the physics-based gameplay, and you're going to have more control over your players. We have seen that somewhat recycled. I believe it was Madden 19, where they had the real player motion, and that was supposed to change how we played Madden. Just like then, it's basically how it is now. I think it's an improvement. It is better than what we just had. But does it drastically change the experience? No. Do I feel like I'm playing a whole new Madden? No. But is it a better Madden? Yes. And I'm going to talk about some things that I do feel is better in this year's Madden. So they want to talk about the passing mechanics right now. It's skill-based passing. By default, it will just be on the pass lead. But you can go into the settings and change, or what I've been using, the accuracy with the pass lead. And then you could use a little reticle between close, far, or infinite. I've been playing on far, which means when you hold L2 or the left trigger when you throw the ball, you do have, an opportunity to expand how far you lead your receiver and kind of place it where you want. I have not dabbled at all with infinite. I can only imagine the craziness that comes with that. You can put the ball wherever you want to, but I'm sure you will overthrow a ton of wide receivers with that, because I'm getting a lot of overthrows with just far. So how do I feel about the new passing mechanic? I was kind of skeptical about it beforehand. I still feel that it is a glorified, by default, is a glorified version of what we have now. You could just, be a little bit more pinpoint to where you want to throw the ball because of the visual cues, in my opinion. But once you kind of expand on it a little bit and you do go into far, and like I said, infinite, you do have more control over where you want to place the ball. There is more risk reward. The back shoulder throws, yeah, they're there. It doesn't animate very well from my experience, but yes, they are there. So you can definitely, especially if they're playing over the top, DB is way off in coverage, you can back shoulder throw it. Receiver will stop, make the catch, and then you can go from there. On hitches, it's cool because, if they're shaded to the inside a little bit more, trying to jump it, you can lead them to the outside. Vice versa, if they're shaded on the outside, you could throw it to the inside. A lot of situations where that actually does take place. So I'm going to say the skill-based passing is a W. Of course, you can always refine it, make it a little bit better, but I'm enjoying it. I think it's great. One of the complaints that people are saying right now is the pressure. Love-hate relationship right now when it comes to pass rush. One hand, I think is great. Being able to speed up the thought process of quarterbacks, even if it's at your own risk, right? Like, you have to speed up your thought process as well. It definitely makes you pay if you are one that wants, to wait for a crosser or a deep route to develop every single time. You want to get your pass pro down. You want to know if a blitz is coming before you're planning on sending, deep crosses, which everybody loves, or just really any deep throw. So I am a fan of that. Contains is a whole lot better as well. The issue right now is every single defensive end is apparently Lawrence Taylor. Every single defensive end is just getting off the blocks quickly, and they're getting straight to the quarterback. It's not like just create like regular wins. Like they're throwing your tackles on the floor. Like it's wild. But this has been addressed by EA. They say they know of the bug, and that will be tuned. Hopefully, in the beta that gets tuned, but for sure by the end of the actual game. When it is released, that should be tuned. So I'm not too worried about it. I do want the pass rush to exist. I'm now one that wants to get rid of it. I love it. Blitzing matters. In Madden again, man, you could definitely get after the quarterback. I just hope it stays. I just hope it definitely stays with the pass rush. So like I said, love-hate relationship currently when it comes to that. But I am a fan. This whole 360 cutting thing, I feel like we have done this before in Madden. With the running, you can hold L2, make more precise cuts. It works. I mean, it's not bad. It isn't not groundbreaking. Like I said, I feel like EA has kind of been dabbling with this in the past, but it is a better system than last year, than Madden 22. I do think player movement and control is there. It's a lot more fluid. When it comes to the tackling and the animations, where I think they're touting 3,500 tackling animations, and Field Sense allows you to branch out of animations. You do see it. You do see some repeating animations, but with any game, you're going to see legacy animations, right? That's just, you're not going to throw out every single animation you've ever made and start from scratch. So you will see it. The gang tackling is there. It is a lot better than it was before. You can stand up a running back and then come and try to strip the football. I have not done it personally, but I've had it done against me in an online game, which was really cool because typically you've seen the animations play out and you just kind of stop. And that's what I did. I kind of seen the animation play out. I think I could have actually looked away from the screen, and the next thing you know, the ball was getting punched out, and Josh Jacobs fumbled the football on my end. So that is definitely something that is very cool. They do have the, like, I don't know what they want to call it, but basically where you could tap X or A when you're in like those conservative tackles, try to get more yardage to stand them up, or to allow for another defender to come and make a gang tackle. So that's pretty cool that that's there as well. I really don't know when they're going to trigger. They kind of just pop up randomly, but I've been rolling with it, and it's been pretty fun. Wide receiver DB interactions, I think they are improved. The route running I have not noticed. I haven't been like in replays too much, so I have not noticed like a crazy difference. It does look like leverage matters. So if your guy has that inside leverage, all of a sudden is not, he's not going to get jumped in front of by the DB. I have seen a lot of times where the defensive back has gotten interceptions standing right behind the receiver, where the ball will either go through your hands or the DB hands will kind of warp through the receiver to make the catch. I'm hoping that gets fixed and tuned before the regular game comes out. But that is something that I have noticed. It's a beta, so I'm not thinking too much into it. It should be pretty solid. The slip screens from running backs are pretty much broken right now. They take way too long to release, but I did see that as the known issues, so I don't want to harp on that one too much neither. The mid-air collisions, I thought it was just like talk, but I kind of enjoy it. You see a lot more of them. When you throw the ball up in the air, your guys will go out there, and sometimes they'll go for the swat. Sometimes they'll go and just try to break up the play, whether it's tackling him. So I think the trailer was saying so their feet don't get in bounds. I don't think it's that like technical where you're like, oh, let me do it. It's kind of like an instinctual thing, right? Like, okay, let me try to break this up. Let me not go for the pick every single time. That's kind of the bad habits that previous Maddens has shown, right, or taught us. It's just constantly going for the interception, always going for the interception. But that's not always best. Sometimes going for the bat down is the best. Sometimes playing the man and trying to cause a pass breakup or for him to go out of bounds, that is the better scenario. So I do think there's a lot more animations to kind of show that and to kind of make it matter. So I am a big fan of that. That's one thing I am excited about. The zone coverages, I like what I have been seeing in general. There are times where things get a little wonky. You do have to change match on and the coaching adjustments. So make sure you go through and do that for all your games. Currently, I'm sure you should probably be able to change that in the settings. by the time the game comes out. If you can't already, I just may have overlooked it. So right now, I just change it before every defensive or the first defensive play every time I play a game. Make sure you put that on match. The matching principles do match up a little bit better. They do make more sense in my opinion. The coverage in general, it's harder to judge. I have seen some weird things, but that's just going to happen in football. I love it way more. This is one of the ones I think is way better than the coverage in 22 so far. And I don't know if that's attributed to the pass rush getting there and they just don't have enough time to kind of break down the defense. But this has seemed like a much more defensive-oriented game, and it's kind of refreshing. It gives me Madden 20 vibes, and I like it. Now, will that turn into where everybody wants to run the ball 40 times a game? Maybe. But for now, I kind of like it. And I think once people learn the skill-based passing, I think we'll kind of see that even out a little bit more. In terms of things that I think that definitely need to be improved right now is, I would say, the pursuit angles are kind of wonky right now. I'm so glad that the diving tackle has been nerfed. It still works, but now sometimes you get more tripping animations. My opponent once threw a pick six, and as I'm returning it, he tries to dive with me at me with the quarterback, and he did some type of wild head first, shoulder first dive that was not effective at all. But it's cool to see those type of things in the game. I feel like the receiver downfield blocking is slightly improved. I think they're a little bit more aggressive when it comes to that, so I'm excited for that. But pretty much those are my initial impressions. I don't want this to be too long. But that's how I feel about the game. I have been having more fun with it. When you play your regular play now, that is in simulation game style, which I'm used to playing. So that is what I try to stay in. But sometimes, you just want to get online and see what that's like. That's obviously comp. So you do notice some differences there. With the accuracy, pretty much you dictate it when it comes to comp with the skill-based passing. You can still miss some throws with accurate passes in sim, and you can still complete some with inaccurate passes when it comes to the skill-based passing. So those are my initial reactions. If you have played the beta, let me know your guys' thoughts. Are you enjoying it? Are you excited for Madden 23? If you have not, based off what you've heard from me and other people's videos, obviously we can't show it in Madden's their trailers that they've been putting out. Let me know how you guys feel about it. Gameplay, I think this is a gameplay year. I think this is the biggest improvement. I don't think we're going to get a ton out of franchise. I don't know about Ultimate Team. I don't really play it that much. So I think out of the game modes, face the franchise is still there for whatever reason. So I think gameplay is the main focus. And I'm going to say, it's still Madden. You're not going to feel like this is a crazy different game, but it is a better game. And I'm excited for it, man. All you got to do now is just give me some solid franchise improvements, and we're there. And, at some point, put next-gen version on PC. But that's not going to happen, man. But you guys let me know you guys' thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Are you a fan? Are you underwhelmed? Let me know how you guys feel about it. It's DLloyd. I'm see y'all next time. Peace.